What does it take to be the richest man in the world? Well, there's truly only one person who can answer that, and that is Jeff Bezos. Today, I'm going to be taking you on a virtual tour of some success tips from the richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos, and what he did to get to that position he's in. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, but if you're a returner and also new, make sure to leave a like, as it would be greatly appreciated. It helps us consistently pump out these videos for you guys. Now, I want to go ahead and talk about why Jeff Bezos is literally the richest man in the world, how he got to that point. Let's jump right into it. Now, this is a very simple tip, but you have to remember to start small. Bezos favors a personal touch over a massive corporate apparatus, especially in the company's early stages. He noted that Amazon had just 5 employees, yes, 5 employees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when it opened its doors back in the early 70s. It's hard to remember for you guys, but for me it's like yesterday. I was driving the packages to the post office myself and hoping one day we could afford a forklift. Now Bezos can literally afford to buy a forklift every single day for the rest of his life. The dude has grinded, and it's very important you guys remember to start small. Even though you may see a lot of your friends successful already, you have to remember that they were too in your shoes, and they had to start at a certain starting point. So don't look at it as a disadvantage. Don't be jealous. Don't envy them even. Make sure you guys always stay humble and remain true to your roots to starting small. Following your gut decision can also be very important and make or break in the business world. In this type of business world, instinct is more important than data sets, according to Bezos. If you can make a decision with analysis, you should do so. But it turns out in life, your most important decisions are always made with instinct and intuition. It's kind of like, for example, if you're out partying with your friends and you're underage, and they give you a drink and tell you to drink it. If your gut tells you it's wrong, chances are, I'd say at least 9.9 times out of 10, it most definitely is. So if you're out there and you're doing bad stuff, just stop it immediately. Same thing that Bezos did. If he was feeling he was going to make a bad business decision, and even though he didn't look at the analytics and everything else in the data sets, he knew his gut would tell him what was right and wrong. And that may be the decision making between a good decision and a horrible decision that can influence you and impact your future. So follow your gut on these type of decisions. Don't let anyone else tell you what to do. If your gut says it's wrong, or if your gut says it's right, go with it. Chances are you're right. This is going to apply to a lot of the night owls, and this is go to bed. Like HuffPost founder and entrepreneur Arianna Huffington, Bezos is a proponent of getting a full night's rest. Regardless of his busy schedule, Bezos says he gets at least 8 hours plus of sleep every night. As a senior executive, you get paid to make small number of high quality decisions. Your job is not to make thousands of decisions every day. It's to make those key 2 to 3 decisions that will ultimately steer your company in a promised direction for the future. Getting early rest. It doesn't matter when you get it, just make sure to get that 7 to 8 hours of sleep is very important. Me, like myself, and a lot of other friends usually end up getting between 4 to 5 hours of sleep. Although we feel like we can go off this forever, truth of the matter is that as you get older and your body starts deteriorating, you're going to get aches, you're going to get sick, and it's going to be harder to end up following that pattern that you're doing for sleeping. So start young and make sure you get to bed early. I know a lot of people who say, well, a lot of the times when you remember the good memories, you're not going to say or, mention the time that you got a good night's rest. That is true, but let me ask you this. If you can't go ahead and ask yourself and answer truthfully if what you're doing right now is bettering yourself for the future, then you have to go ahead and make sure you stop immediately what you're doing. I know this may sound a little bit confusing, but getting a good night's rest is very good. And even though you may not remember the times you got a good night's rest, you're going to remember the times that getting that good night's rest helped you prepare for the next day, which ended up probably being the best day and most important one of your life. Schedule important meetings early. Bezos is a huge proponent on this. He says he likes to have any high IQ meetings at 10 a.m. or before. Before then, however, he's worn out before a day's work. This full days of work can usually start around 4 or 5 in the morning and usually end around 11 or 12 o'clock p.m. Like anything that's going to be really mentally challenging, he says, that's a 10 o'clock meeting. And by 5 p.m. he says, I can't think about that today, let's try this again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Bezos is a huge proponent on this earliness, and like a lot of successful entrepreneurs, they are too big fans of getting stuff done early in the morning. This can be the difference between a billion-dollar deal and also not even knowing what the heck is going on. For a lot of the night owls, they like to do their meetings late at night, and there's nothing wrong with that. Do whatever's comfortable in your work schedule, but make sure, most importantly, you get that much needed night's rest. You make sure that you get it properly, and then you can function properly the next day. It's a give and nice little trade-off, but in the end, it's going to make a huge difference. There's a reason why Jeff Bezos is worth over $100 billion. The dude has literally built a book-selling main website up to a company that ships everything from as large as cars to groceries. It's crazy to think, but this dude literally built a small empire from nothing. Let me know down below what tips you guys think are the most useful, and if you guys have already implemented any of these in your original day-to-day life. Guys, I'm signing off. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, I'll see you guys later.